Did you know that Martin Van Buren was the first president to be born as a citizen of the United States? Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, your sister's answer, Pony Express, Vic Dibitetto here, wishing you all a happy President's Day. I figured I would do something a little different and maybe educate you all a little bit. There must be some fun little tidbits about some of them that you don't know either. And isn't the word tidbit a fun word? I mean, what is a tid? Am I only going to give you a bit of the tid? Tidbit. But here's the twist. I will give you a real tidbit and maybe some fake tidbits. So, you need to decide which is a true tidbit and which is a false tidbit. So, here's a tidbit. President John Tyler had 15 children. 15. Can you imagine what the White House was like with 15 fucking kids running around? And his wife's nickname was the Baby Blaster. Can you spot the false tidbit? How about this one? William Henry Harrison was only the president for 32 days. He died from a cold he got while standing in the rain giving his inauguration speech. Later that year, the Speaker of the House got frostbite on his wiener from humping an ice fishing hole. Which statement is the fake tidbit? Did you know that Martin Van Buren was the first president to be born as a citizen of the United States? All the presidents before him were born as British subjects because we weren't American yet. And English was his second language. His first language was Dutch. Teddy Roosevelt was the youngest president to hold the office of the president because he became president when McKinley was assassinated. But Kennedy was the youngest president to ever be elected to the office. Here's a bit of a tid. James Madison was the shortest president at 5'4", and he weighed only 100 pounds. But Dolly Madison had the largest breast of any first lady, with each one being 5'4" long and both weighing 100 pounds. 3 presidents died on July 4th, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe. People who died on July 5th were Gomez Adams, George Jefferson, and Marilyn Monroe. The S in Harry S. Truman doesn't stand for anything. His parents simply gave him a letter when they couldn't come up with a name. So Eisenhower said the S was for stinky, which he accidentally walked into the president's bathroom while Harry was dropping a deuce. During John Quincy Adams' presidency, he liked the skinny dip in the Potomac in the early mornings. But that practice was halted when the Maryland Blue Crabs lodged a complaint with local authorities. Franklin Pierce was arrested while president for running over a woman with his horse head. He also shot an elephant in his pajamas. How he got the elephant in his pajamas, I'll never know. Rutherford B. Hayes was wounded 4 times in the Civil War. He was a can-can dancer in San Francisco at the time of the Civil War. But he was technically wounded during the Civil War. Benjamin Harrison was the first president to have electricity in the White House. But the light bulb wasn't invented for another 6 years, so what the fuck did he need electricity? William McKinley always wore a red carnation for good luck. While greeting a group of people in a line, he gave the carnation to a little girl and was shot seconds later. The little girl threw the carnation out that night when she got home and wet her bed while sleeping. William Howard Taft was really a fat guy once, and he got stuck in the White House bathtub, and they had to have his advisors pull him out. On another occasion, he was so fucking fat he couldn't wipe his ass after a crap, and the Secretary of State had to ShamWow his fucking ass. Herbert Hoover's son had 2 pet alligators, and they were allowed to run loose inside the White House. Richard Nixon, I'm not a crook, had 2 pet sharks, and they were allowed to act as White House lawyers. LBJ nicknamed his penis Jumbo. Lady Bird nicknamed her vagina the Hindenburg hole. And there you have it. Just some fun tidbits of the presidents. God bless you all. Happy President's Day.